Yes. The first part is introduction to environment. So we all know what is environment, isn't it? So if you ask people what is environment, they have different answers. They tell about environment. So I will, in my perspective, I will tell you. I tell you about what is environment because it's a EAA program. So EAA is an environmental impact assessment. So we should know about what is environment. Then only we'll do about EIA for easily you can do. So first initially I will tell what is environment. So we all know what environment is nothing but is an interrelationship between a biotic component and abiotic component. There is an interrelationship. There is an interaction between a biotic and abiotic component. For example, biotic is nothing but an living organism. Biotic is nothing but a living organism. Abiotic component is nothing but a non-living organism. So it's an interaction. There's an interaction or influencing or interrelationship between a biotic and abiotic component. This we call as an environment. There's an interrelationship between the living and non-living that we call as an environment. Some people tell environment is nothing but a surroundings. The surrounding is nothing but an environment. Actually, environment as a word is derived from a French, that is a environ, it meaning that it's a surrounding. So study about the surrounding is called environment. So we have an environmental engineering subject also we have. So we are going to apply the engineering application to our environment. That is called environmental engineering. Okay. So for example, given one picture for easier understanding. So we have a living organism and non-living organism. We have a biotic and abiotic components. For example, living organism, we have plants, animals, bacteria, fungus, and protozoa we have. For non-living organism, we have water, soil, air, minerals, and light we have. So these are the living and these are the non-living. For example, we take a plant. We take a plant. So plant is a living organism. So it is required of water for a growth. The water is a non-living organism. So plant is need of water for a survival. Then plant is need a good soil for his growth. And plant is need a good air for his growth. Plant is need a good minerals for producing the energy. And plants need a good light. This is sunlight for photosynthesis. So plant is a living organism. It depends on a non-living organism. So shortly you can understand. This is called environment. So living organism is depend on a non-living organism. This is a basic concept of an environment. Okay, we'll go for the next slide. I hope so you understand what is the environment. For easy understanding, I'm telling. The human being also. The human being is a living organism. We all know that. We are depending upon the non-living organism. Isn't it? But nowadays we are spoiling. We are spoiling water. We are spoiling soil. We are spoiling air. We are spoiling minerals. We are spoiling light also. So we have to conserve it. So generally the EIA came back. So with the help of EIA, we can protect the water, we can protect the air, we can protect the minerals, we can protect the soil. So we can so everything we can protect the environment with the help of EIA. Okay. The same thing I projected here. So if you want to grow a plant, it's required a good soil, and it's required a good air, it's required a good sunlight, that is as energy. It's required it's release oxygen. So if you want to grow a plant, it's required all the non-living things. If plant is a living thing, it depends on a non-living organisms. Okay, so you have to understand. The next thing. So it was some interesting. What are you seeing in this picture? You can have a look for 1 minute or 15 seconds. You have a look. What are you seeing in this picture? Just think. What are you seeing in this picture? Yes. Many people are seeing this picture. They simply think wood as cut. Then some people may think if I have this kind of food, I can make house. Some people may think if I have this kind of food, I can make a door and window for my house. Some people may think if I have this kind of food, I can make a furnitures. Some people may think if I have this kind of food, I can make use of for cooking purpose. Okay, there's this kind of idea, this kind of thing. When you're seeing this picture, people's mind is like that. But if you see another picture, next we all know about trees or a free oxygen factor. Okay, it will absorb all the contaminants, CO2. to absorb all the contaminants, and it will produce a pure air. That is, O2 will produce, oxygen will produce. But we don't know about the importance of the trees. So we keep on deforestation. We keep on cut all the trees and we are using for some other purpose. Okay. So when you're talking about DIA on AI modeling, so you should know about the basic concept of biodiversity. Because EA is conservation of biodiversity, that's the main motto of EA. So it gives some small introduction about biodiversity. So we all know about what is biodiversity. So biodiversity is nothing but bio means it's nothing but life. The first letter of bio, there's a two-part, bio and diversity. So bio is nothing but in life, you all know about. Diversity is nothing but a variety. Okay, variety. So variety is nothing but different. So different kind of life in the earth that we call as a biodiversity. For example, we take a small area. We take a desert. Desert is a small area. So in the desert, you can see different kind of variety of species. You can see eagles. You can see snakes. Or you can see some plants. So we have different kind of animals, different kind of species are available in a particular area. So we call as in biodiversity. If we take a river ecosystem, in river we have a different kind of fishes are there. We have an algae, we have a plant, and we have some other living creatures in the river. So that is a river ecosystem, the river biodiversity. So we understand life and diversity. Different variety is nothing but a diversity. Okay. Yes, biodiversity is a variety of life, the area that is determined by a number of different species in a particular area. That is called biodiversity. In a particular area, we have number of species are available that we can tell is a biodiversity. Example, you can see a sea. Under the sea, we can able to see many fishes are there, coral reefs are there, many plants are there, some worms are there. So many living creatures are presented in a ecosystem that we call as in biodiversity. I hope you understand about the biodiversity. This is a small question. Which is more biodiverse? Either A is more diverse or B is more diverse. For understanding, I'm putting the A is more biodiversity or B is biodiversity. If you tell A is the right answer, because it is a wrong answer. A is a wrong one because it has a single species. You can see it is like a single species are planted in a particular area. So it is not comes under biodiversity. It is a single one. This here B, which the biodiversity are more. We have a river and we have a different type of species, a different kind of trees are there in the system. And you can see the mountains, their mountain ecosystems are there, lake ecosystems are there, forest ecosystems are there. So you can able to see different kind of diversities are there. So the correct answer is B. Okay, I hope so you understand about the diversities. Then you see the biodiversity are classified by three types. One is genetic, species, and ecosystem. You see what is that? What is the genetic, what is species, and what is ecosystem? So we all know about what is genetic biodiversity. So genetic biodiversity is nothing but a modification in a same species. In the same species, only the DNA modification is there. For example, we will take a dog. A dog is a single species, but we can see a variety of dogs. So we have different types of dogs are there. So the only thing is the modification of DNA is nothing but a genetic biodiversity. For the second example is we take a banana. In bananas is a single species, but we have a different types of bananas are there, isn't it? There is a modification in the DNA part that we call as a genetic biodiversity. Then species diversity is nothing but an animal is a single species, but we have a different types of animal. We have elephant, we have tiger, deer. So everything is there. So animals is a single species, but in that part we have a different types. That is nothing but the species diversity. And also ecosystem diversity depends on the area to change. There's that we have a different type of ecosystem, and coral reef, and under the sea we have a different kind of ecosystem, and tundra, and we have a different type of ecosystem. For example, we take a desert, we have an eagle and we have a snake, and we have different type of plants are there. Same thing, with coral reef, we have a different types of animals and fishes and plants are there. So depends on the place, the ecosystem will change. So while taking a EAA, we have to consider this either where we are taking an EAA. So what that I'm giving. Then already I said genetic diversity nothing but a modification in a DNA. Modification in a DNA. Species nothing but then we have a different kind of species are there. The ecosystem nothing but we have a river, forest, and mountain ecosystem. Okay. Then for easy understanding, I put this slide, which is more diverse. Either A is diverse or B is diverse. Because A is nothing is there. So we have a dots. We have a rectangle. Only plain rectangle is there. The plain square is there. But here we have a plain square and we have a dots. So the B is the right answer. So we can take this slide. So which one is more diverse? Either A is diverse or B is diverse. We have a square, both have a square, both we have a small dots, white dots are there. But here we have a different types of dots, different color of dots. So obviously the answer is B. I hope so you understand. For easy understanding, I'm telling. So answer is B. It's A or B. The answer is B because you can see a different shape. Only circle is there and color is there, but you can see a square, rectangular, and different types of symbols are there in the B option. So the B is more diverse. You can see this slide, which is more diverse because the texture is changed. Because the texture is in A, there's a plane. But texture of a B, the B is that's a different. Okay, so we have to think that either which is more diverse. You have to. The answer is B. Yes, now you can tell me which is A and B. Actually, I mentioned in the previous slide. Now we can understand about the biodiversity. The answer is B. We have seen. You can see this picture, which is more diverse, either A or B. You can see because A is a single species, but B is a multiple species are there. So the answer is B. Okay. I hope so. You'll understand about the basics of biodiversity. Now we can move on this topic. That is, have you all seen this flavors or this small insects? Have you seen day-to-day life? No, because we lost everything due to the construction process and the development activities. We have lost all the plants and we lost all the insects and flavors and everything we lost due to the development activities. So here is a scheme. Have you all seen this kind of fruits? The small tiny fruits. No, only the few is there in a garden. We have in a park we can able to see. But in the olden days, everyone we can see able to see that the small kind of fruits. Actually, the small kind of fruits is only designed for them small birds because the small birds have a tiny mouth. Okay, the small birds have a tiny mouth. The fruits can eaten by a small birds. So nowadays the trees are not there. So we cut off everything. So the birds are searching this kind of fruits. They will run away. They are migrating from our place to another place, and the species item, the species or the bird species also left it from our side. Okay, we lost that kind of birds also due to the development activities. We cut off all the trees. And the butterfly, we all know about butterflies. If you have a butterfly in our area, your area is big pure. Okay, but we cannot see a single butterfly in our hometown or any working place and all. We can be able to see only in a park. We can able to see. So we lost a different kind of butterfly also because olden days we played with a butterfly. Okay, in olden days we played with a different kind of butterflies and we have seen the different kind of butterflies. But nowadays we cannot able to see a single species. To go for the park, we can able to see only few species, isn't it? So we lost because the butterflies depends on the flowers. Okay, so we don't have a flowers in our area, so butterfly is not coming. The species also is reducing, but we never consider about that kind of species. We never consider about other living organisms. We are concentrating only on ourselves, how to develop ourselves. So we have to consider the other living organism also. We all know about food chain and food web. So food chain and food web is a very important thing for the survival of everyone. Then we lost this kind of sparrow due to the telephone tower. Some people are telling the telephone tower, due to the frequency, all sparrows are run away. So like that they are telling. The another reason is sparrows will eat tiny grains. But nowadays we are not using the trains also. So sparrows ran away, or the species has reduced their populations. And if they keep on is those activities, we cannot see a single animal near to our area. You have to see only in a zoo or in an area you can able to see that. So that we lost the tiger also. So we need to save tiger activities. Then we keep on doing it. We keep on destroying environment. We also lost it. So trees are a very important thing. We cut all the trees, the climate change will be there. If once the climate change, so water crisis may form and other crises may follow. Okay. In olden days, we don't have a EAA. In olden days, we don't have an EAA. So some clever people are doing some ideas to protect the environment. You can see the first picture, Lord Ganesh, the place under a tree. Okay, if a Lord Ganesh is placed under a tree, the people never cut the tree because this tree is produce more oxygen, isn't it? The trees produce more oxygen. So for preserving the tree, so the people use a simple idea for following because the olden days we don't have an EA. Okay, you can see another picture. In this picture, we have a long tree with large branches. It will give a good shadows. You can see all in the schools. But nowadays, we don't have this kind of trees in our area. We don't know the name of the tree. Okay, actually, the name of the tree, we call as in Tamil, we call as in Tungamujinam. It's a sleeping tree. After the 6 o'clock, the leaves are made sleep. Okay, so, but we don't know the name of the tree. Have you know about this? What is the flower I'm showing? Here we have two flowers, right? We don't know the name of the flower, but only we can see, but we don't know the names. Okay, you can think if you don't know the names, how our future generation will know about these species. Okay, so you have to think, you have to consider, you have to protect our environment. So because as we all are environmentalists, you have to take some action about the protection of the plants and animals. So I tell you the name. In Tamil, we call this Vahai Sudava flower. So in olden days, if someone has won the match, or someone has won the war, the people, the public will give a present the paper to that winning person. We call it Vahai Sudava flower. Okay. So we have a lot of flower we lost. We don't know this kind of flowers in our area. And social value, what is social value? You can take for interesting I'm telling, Lord Shiva's family. You can take a Lord Shiva's family because Lord Shiva loves snakes because he's like another living organism. For example, he's love other living organisms, so he's a family. So Lord Shiva loves snakes and he loves the axes also. And you can take the Sakti. He loves lions. And you can take the Lord Muruga, he's love peacock, and Lord Ganesh, he's love rat and all, and he's love elephant also. Okay, they will love the environment. Actually, they will love the other living creatures. So the example they are telling. In olden days, we are following this kind of tulasi in our home to generate oxygen. Nowadays, we are not following. In the early morning, the people they will they will walk around this kind of plant because it will give a good oxygen. The fresh oxygen is produced. But nowadays, we are not following it. And some people are conserving the trees traditionally. In some North India they are following. Because you can see different kind of some snakes are there in every place they worship snake. For the conservation of the snake, they are following it. Okay, and monkeys in some temples in mountains like the temples they have a monkeys are there. For conservation of monkey, the people are created. The older people are very clever. They created some environmental to protect this kind of other animals protections. They are followed. Yeah, in somewhere in India, they are following feeding the food to that fishes. This is one culture in the region they are following it. They are conserving the fishes also. Okay. Yes, the same thing. In olden days, we have this kind of trees around our house. We lost it. Neem tree, we lost it. So neem trees produce more oxygen. We lost it. And you can see a small modeling that created lighting. Actually, night time we have a light on a street. Okay, long road we have in lights also there. Suppose if you produce this kind of light, it is scattered. It is scattered. So what will happen is that some trees are nearby the light, it will disturb the trees because the sunlight only the trees will work. So you get a morning energy, sunlight energy, it will automatically prepare that photosynthesis process. The same kind of light if you provide near to the sea, the tree is disturbing. The tree is confusing. Either we are in a morning time or in a night time, it was confusing. So small insects and small birds and everything is disturbing. So we are disturbing the other environment. So we have to give some correct solution for the conserve that kind of species. So they are given a small model. For example, if you provide this kind of light, it will scatter. So it will disturb the other living creatures. Suppose if you, so that they will try to do some cover on a top. So this also give a bad thing. Then the model is different. They produce more. There is a huge semicircle cap they provided that gives a better comfort. But this also scattering is there. So what they do, they do again. They modify again the cap on the top. Will provide only this light path is one. They will. It shows only a walking place. It's not scattered. So this is a way we can conserve our environment. We have a trouble, so we have to modify with the help of us, the help of technology. We have to modify. So we have to conserve the environment also. Next, we are polluting the rivers and we are polluting the air also due to the industrial activities. We are polluting the air. So that if we keep on polluting it, the climate change will be there. This photograph was taken in a Tanjore in Tamil Nadu. The farmers are suffering from water due to the climate change. And you can see this picture is taken in Chennai due to the this Varda Puyal and all. The Chennai has fully submerged with water due to the climate change. So you can see the picture. We're simply dumping our wastes into a sea. It's also creating a pollution. And day by day, we are producing more e-product. So it is generating 20 to 50 million microtons of e-waste is depositing over the world. Okay, so fifth largest producer of e-waste in India. We are producing. India is the fifth largest producer of e-waste. So we are keeping using electronic items. It will also create an impact on our earth. And due to the climate change, acid rain also formed. So the plants also affected. And there's no holy trip because you can see this picture. The people are simply dumping unwanted things into the river course. The river ecosystem also affected due to these activities. So we have to educate the people. Don't put this kind of wastes and in such a way that it will conserve our environment. Then during the Vadapel in Chennai, the many trees are fall down. And you can see the report of Cyclone Narda. Actually, you can see 260 plants are fall down, 190s are removed. Okay, this is a thing they have given in a report. They're mentioning the number of trees fall down and removed. So due to the Varda we lost the ecosystem and all. You can see the Chennai airport, either it's an airport or it is a shipyard. This is full of water. And you can see a road, this is full of water also. Then the beach after the Varda the entire beach is polluted because this kind of wastes are inserted in the sea. It's also polluted. And we never consider about the other living organisms. If we are going for the beach, we simply put all the plastic bags into a river or sea. So what will happen? The animals inside the sea, it is confusing. Suppose the plastic bag is floating like a jellyfish. The plastic bags are floating like a jellyfish. This is confusing. Either it is a jellyfish or plastic bags. So it is like the animals are thinking it is a jellyfish. So automatically what will happen? It's automatically trying to eat this fish. But plants, animals don't know about it is a plastic bag. So it is suffered. So you can see this kind of images for easy understanding and putting. So we are polluting the water as well as the other living organisms. So what is the real health? This is a real health. You can see this image. The people are giving some polio drop into a children. They are giving a medicine to a children. So it is a real health. So it is not a real health. So giving a medicine for a survival, it is not a real health. So instead of that, we have to give a good environment to a future generation. That is important. Okay. Yes, we have to give a pure air. We have to give a pure water. We have to provide a clean land for the future generation. The things are clean for putting this slide. Please understand. So in such a way that we have to protect the air, we have to protect the water, and we have to protect the land for the future generation. So the EA is based on the air, water, and land and forest. So we have let's compare the both. We'll see in the next slide. So next, coming to the modeling part. I hope so you all understand about the basic concept of an environment. So why? Because I'm telling without knowing that is not create a impact to learn this software. So initially I will tell, initially I show the basic idea of environment, how we are polluting, then what's the current scenario of this environment. So then only we'll understand about the environment, then only we create an impact to do some modeling. Okay, so directly I'll go for a modeling. Actually, why modeling is needed? What is modeling and why modeling is needed? For example, I will tell a small story. Suppose if you're going to construct a house, you are a client, some people are coming, they want to construct a house. Okay, they have a land, but they want to construct a house. So what we will do, so for easy understanding of the customer, we draw a map, we'll draw a plan, we draw a plan. In that plan, we are showing hall sizes and room, how many rooms are there. We'll show it, and facing also, we'll mention it is a north face, south face. So everything we are mentioning in the plan. And we're providing a section also for detailing the elevation, height, door and window, everything we provide in a section. Okay, the front view also they will provide. Okay, in 3D also we'll provide 3D modeling. So for 3D modeling, we can able to see an exact image. You can see an exact image of a future one, because the building is constructed later, but the same replicator we are going to replicate if that the constructed one. So the customer may happy. Oh, this is my model. So this is a way I have a room. This is a way is my hall is there. My dining hall is there. So like that, the people may understand. So modeling is nothing but we are predicting the future one. We are showing a future establishment construction. So the people may understand about the construction. They will protect where we have to provide a room, where we have to provide a dining hall, then where we have to provide the furnitures, and we have to fix the TV and everything. We can able to show you with the help of a modeling. Okay, for easy understanding, I'm telling. So you see, modeling is a design technique. So generally, it's a modeling is a design techniques. So what is model? So model is a simplification reality. Simplification reality is abstraction of something for the purpose of understanding before it's constructed. So before construct anything, so we have to understand the purpose. So understanding about the informations. So model will help you. For example, we have an architectural model, we have an airplane model. So before manufacturing an airplane, we have a model, and only we're able to find the fault and other thing. Then for wind tunnel test, we have a model. Then stencil sketch for oil painting, blue pen for the machine part, outline of a books. So everything we have a model. So from the model, we can modify it and we can edit and we can protect that So with the help of model, we can do it. In some people for modeling, you can see some model. If you're going for purchase a shirt or any item, some model images are there, or some model they are fixed in a shop, because you can understand if you wear this kind of shirt, I can look like this. It will show the same thing. Following here, what's the purpose of modeling? Why I am going to do a model? For test a physical entity of before constructing it. Before doing anything, you have to test physically. For example, same thing, because all people are civil, comparing with the building, then I'll go for a modeling in the environment. Testing a physical entity. For example, we're going to construct the beam or columns and everything. We're testing before it. With the help of Statco software or ETEL software, we are testing it before constructing. How this change it is, what is the shear force, what's the bending moment. So everything we are testing. So physically, entities are testing before it construct. It's really helpful. Then we have communication with the customers. Okay, for easier way, we can communicate with the customer. For visualization, so we can able to see what is happening, really what is happening, reality. We can see it. Reduce the complexity. Complexity, we can reduce the complexity. For example, suppose the beam failure will happen. So with the help of modeling, we can avoid it. Suppose the air pollution is more. So with the help of modeling, we can protect either, we can provide a system or not. So such a way that we can protect the help of modeling. So the purpose. Okay, next we will see a aim. What's the aim of a modeling? It will help a visualization system. Visualize a system or want to be. Generally, it is visualize a system. That is the first aim. And the model is provided as a specific structure or behavior of the system. We provide a specification about the structure and the behaviors of the structure we can learn. Then it's a give a templates to guide. It's a template that guide us in constructing a system. We're going to construct any system, we're going to construct any thermal pond, everything. We'll do some modeling, we'll give a guide to us. So modeling will guide us either we can construct or not. Either suppose we're doing any mistake, we can how to rectify it. The help of model, we can do it. So model document the discuss we can have a made. So with the help of models, documents, we can make a help. So because this is a reality one, we can make a discussion on the whole thing. Then why does model is matter? Why modeling is a matter? Answer what if question. For example, if you're going to construct any thermal plant or any factory, cement factory, you can take it as a cement factory. Either with the help of before constructing a cement factory, we do a modeling, the air quality modeling. Okay, the help of modeling, we can know, we can conclude that either we can construct a cement factory in a particular area or not. Okay, what if question? Either we can construct or not. So based on the modeling report, we can tell either we can construct a model or not. Okay. Next, we can know understanding about the complexity of our work. The complexity. What are the difficulties we are facing? Okay, if you construct a cement factory in a particular area, what is the complexity? Okay, that we can find with the help of modeling and support development and evolution of the science-based policies. We support the formulas and everything in the software. We support the science-based policies also. And explore effective measurements for the environmental management and risk mitigation. So modeling will help to measure the environmental management and risk mitigation. So with the help of modeling, we can measure the risk mitigation also. Okay, this is what the modeling is required for our study. So in that, today we are going to discuss about Rmode model. Is a software. We're going to discuss about Rmode software. Actually, Rmode is software is used for AR modeling. Okay, Rmode software is used for AR modeling. For example, there is a lake environment. Lake environment is a company name. If, for example, AutoCAD is a software name, but the company is listed by Autodesk. One of the companies Autodesk. The same thing. The Rmode is a software name. It is created by Lake Environmental System. It's a company name. It is a software name. So we are going to discuss about Rmode software. Okay, I'll share the link in WhatsApp group, or I'll ask sir to put this link in a Google Classroom. You can download the software. I put a crack version also I mentioned. Okay, so you can use the software. You can download it. You can download the software also. You can see a WhatsApp group. I'll share that link. Drive link also I'm sharing in our group. Okay, I have sent it. Google Drive is there. I sent the software link. You can copy paste and can download the software. Okay, I given crack and everything. Actually, lake environment. I think my screen is visible. I think so. My screen is visible. Yes, I think. Okay. This is I shared in our link. This is a lake environment Rmode view software. If you open this software, we have two sets of files. The one is crack. I mean, I put in that folder. Another one is that a file I have mentioned. You have to click this file and right click and run as an administrator. You can run this file. Okay, this is the first step we have to do. No problem. The next section also, I mean, next day I will tell you how to download and how to use it. I'll give a hands-on training also. This software, no problem. Don't if you have a system, you can try, or else you can listen to the class. The next day also, I'll try to I'll help you how to use this software and everything. So just click and run. You can download it easily. You can download. Okay, this is the first step you have to do. The next thing is I'll tell some small introduction about this software. Yes, Lake Environment. Lake Environment is a company name. Actually, it's a easy to use air dispersion modeling. So this software is used only for air dispersion modeling software to consulting company or industries or government agency and academic. So this software can be used for these areas. Either if you are a company, you can use this software, consulting company or industry or governmental agency and academic for use of air dissipation modeling. Then about the interaction, it is a graphical Microsoft Windows designed by graphical Microsoft Windows based system for air dispersion modeling. Actually, since 1995, Lake Environment has been recognized internationally for the technology advised air dissipation modeling software. Okay, actually, the software is arrived in the year 1995. They were accepted and they are using it. And about Rmode view introduction, we're going to discuss about this software. In that, we are going to use Rmode view software. Actually, Rmode view software is a complete and powerful air dissipation modeling package. There is an extension used for an assess pollution concentration and deposition a wide range of source. You can going to assess a pollution concentration. With the help of software, you're going to assess a pollution concentration. And also the short range they are designed up to 50 kilometers. Since you can use it. That means the range from a source to the dissipation range they are mentioned. The 50 kilometers, we can use it. Then this software Rmode is a steady state plum model that is used for an dissipation, and you can use for a treatment system and other thing. And both you can use for surface and elevator source also you can use, and also you can use for simple and complex terrain. If you have a complex terrain and simple terrain, both will accept by this software. Then these are parameters about the Rmode software. Actually, it is developed by American Meteorological Society, that we call as AMS, and US Environmental Protection Agency, that is US EPA. You all know about EPA, right? So there's two agencies that have developed this model. Okay, this works on steady Gaussian pump air dissipation model. And the range is up to 50 kilometers from the source. We work up to 50 kilometers from the source if you work. Okay, it's a homogeneous one. Then we can analyze NOx and NO2, SO2 decay also we can able to analyze. Source type, either you can use a point source or area source and volume source, an open pit, or it is maybe a line or a flour. You can use all kind of sources we can use in import into your software. And also you can use the hourly surface and upper air data. You can use update hourly data and everything you can use. For the terrain, you can use for flat terrain or elevated terrain. Everything is supported. Okay, so this is all the future we have in the software. Okay, I given a small introduction about the software. Now I can move on to a software and tell you. Okay, for this system required Microsoft Word, Microsoft Windows based program should be installed. That is OS is to be Microsoft Word. Either it can run in a 32-bit or it is a 42-bit. If your OS is 32-bit or 64-bit, it is operating. And Windows, Microsoft Windows 7 or Pentium, then other versions also available. You can do it. Support Microsoft Windows Vista also support, XP also support, 2000 also it will support. At least minimum requirement is Intel Pentium 4 processor. At least you have a Pentium 4 processor should be needed. At least 2 GB hard disk also is required. Okay, it's recommended one of RAM. RAM is 1 GB RAM. This is all the minimum requirement to run a software. Okay, this is important. If you have all these minimum requirement, you can easily download and you can import into your computer. Okay,